What's up, everyone? Will Smith, Chris Rock, the Oscars. I'm sure you've seen it more than a few times. I know I have. Let's talk about it. First off, shout out to my pink plastic cup. First off, was Will right in defending his wife and punching Chris Rock in the face? No, absolutely not. That's ridiculous. It's terrible on so many levels, right? He could have, first of all, he looks bad. Second of all, he could have hurt Chris Rock. Like, I mean, if he had, I don't really even know if he punched him or slapped him, but let's say he punched him flush, like in the temple or whatever. Chris Rock, maybe he falls back and like seriously injures himself. That's not, that's not out of the realm of possibility, right? So yeah, just I'm gonna be talking about things from Will Smith's point of view in a way here. So I just wanted to get that out of the way so that it's clear that I people are saying this is fake. I don't see why they would do this. So I'm just gonna treat it as if it's real because it seems real. I just don't like that this happened. I think this is horrible. And if you're picking sides, yeah, I'm team Chris Rock. He got punched in the face over a joke. So yeah, Will Smith. I like both of the guys too, but yeah, Will Smith is he's not right for doing this in my opinion. So let's just get into this.
I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Well, we just got right into it. So Chris Rock just made the joke about Will Smith's wife losing her hair. Honestly, I don't like the joke. I don't like the joke. I think I just don't like it. First of all, I don't think it's funny, honestly. And it's probably something that's pretty painful for her, and I get it. He's a comedian. That's his job. And that's why it's not right that Will Smith punched him. Trust me, I do get it. His job is to make jokes. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they miss. Different people will find different things funny. I didn't like this one. Just my personal opinion. I didn't like it. Right? And you can see right here, she doesn't like it either. She's rolling her eyes. She really doesn't appreciate the joke.
That was a nice one. Okay.
Chris Rock's just moving along the show, and then here's Will Smith. Okay, here we go. Will Smith smacks Chris Rock, and I honestly don't know how Chris Rock kept his composure. It was just such a weird sequence of events, and I feel like I can tell that Will Smith is, I want to say uncomfortable. Like he looks like he knows what he did was,
Ow.
or maybe I don't know, maybe he's proud. I know those are two like very different emotions, but I just feel like, you know what I mean? Like I just smacked him and I'm
Will
cool, I'm
Smith
walking
smacked the
back.
shit out of me.
And Chris Rock just held on to the show, made a joke about it. Then there goes Will Smith cussing
It was
about.
a G.I. Jane joke.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even know if I should show it, just because I'm sure you've seen it a bunch of times, and what's the point of showing it? But yeah, Will Smith just keeps on talking about keep my wife's name out your mouth, right? Yeah, he doesn't want Chris Rock joking about it. And I feel like there's a lot of context here. Again, he's in the wrong. That's crazy. It's ridiculous. You don't punch somebody over a joke like from a comedian at a show. Right? I know it's not a stand-up comedy show, but I haven't seen the Oscars. I never watch them typically, but I'm sure he was making jokes about other people. That's just typically what comedians do. Comedians making jokes. But Will Smith seems like someone who, has his heart on his sleeve, I guess you could say. And he's been the subject of ridicule for like what, almost a year now, a year and a half. I don't know when the whole, because I know they're making fun of him for his personal relationship with his wife, right? Like his wife made a show. Well, I guess it's not personal because she's the one who made the show, right? And I'm sorry if I'm not super accurate with this. I'm just giving you my interpretation and just my thoughts. Will Smith's wife. I'm scared to say. I'm scared to say his wife's name. Okay, I'm not trying to get smacked. His wife made a show where they talk about, or she talks about a lot of. She airs out what they've been going through. Right? They've. I guess people would consider it messy. A lot of their interpersonal relationships, like the problems they've had. And that's their business. That's their relationship. I know it's public business because she put it out there, but I just feel like he's been the source of ridicule. So it's obviously something he's very sensitive about. And I think in his mind, he's thinking, he knows. I don't know if he's thinking this at the time. I don't think he cares that people are going to talk about this or say, everybody, or videos like this, quite frankly. I think what he cares about is what his wife's going to think of him. I think he maybe understands based off her reaction there that it's obvious. I mean, obviously losing your hair, especially as a woman, is something that is got to be extremely difficult to deal with. So I think in his mind, he's just protecting his wife and he's sticking up for her. And you have to add in all this context of like, people have been talking about the relationship nonstop and talking about how he's just taking L's and blah, blah, blah. All the typical social media stuff. So I think this is his way of trying to take control of it in a way. And I don't want to look too into it, but I know he's been on the record talking about how he felt insecure about his wife's relationship with Tupac. Because they were so close and, he perceived himself as a soft rapper from Philly and Tupac was, this great legend, Tupac, everybody, it's Tupac. Well, there's nothing else to say. It's Tupac. And, where was I going with this? Not necessarily this is what I was going with it. Not necessarily, I don't think that he has that in his mind at all times. Like maybe he does, but I don't know him. I don't, obviously, and I don't think he does, but that feeling, that feeling of because he talks about, I don't know if he still feels it, but I'm sure to some extent he might have this feeling of like wanting to live up and be a man for his wife. So you have that, and then you have added on to the fact that here's Chris Rock making fun of his wife's hair loss. And it's not just hair loss. It's, I don't know how you say it. It's alopecia, something alopecia. She doesn't have hair, right? And that's something that's super sensitive. And it's obviously something that bothers her. The joke bothered her. It's obviously something that she doesn't like, obviously. And Will Smith's also been the subject of ridicule and him and his relationship. So I think this was just all like a horrible timing. And his personality type, it seems like the more that we see Will Smith, or at least for me, the more that I see him, and this is the case for anybody, but especially Will Smith, because he's a different kind of guy. The more I see him on social media and making his YouTube videos, the more the magic is lost. Like Will Smith was a guy, and for the most part, I think still is a guy who's like universally loved, could do no wrong. He's like, he's hilarious. He was a rapper. Excuse me. He had great he was great in like dramatic roles, comedic roles, action roles. Will Smith's the man. And then the more he puts himself out there, obviously like even away from his wife's show, the more he puts himself even on his YouTube channel, the more he puts himself out there, like just the magic was lost, right? But then his wife showed like just I feel like just exponentially like just wiped that magic off. And I was like, hey, look, these perfect people have problems too. Like duh, right? But because they were so like juicy as in like drama, I think they really took off and people were making fun of them. So I just think that, like I said earlier, this was Will Smith's way of taking control of the of something kind of and sticking up for his wife. It's ridiculous the way he did it. You can't operate like that. Like you can't defend that. That's inexcusable. It's wrong. And I don't know how Chris Rock just stayed cool throughout the whole thing. I know he laughed about it initially. He said, "Oh, keep my wife's name out your blank blank mouth," whatever he was cussing. And Chris Rock just said, "Okay, yeah, you got it.
I'm
not
not
gonna
going to, okay? Okay.
And by him doing that, by Chris Rock, in my opinion, by him saying, "I'm not going to," okay, he further makes Will Smith look bad because Chris Rock is a professional. This wasn't personal, right? He's not a tough guy. He knows that. He's not a fighter. He's not trying to hurt them or their feelings. He's just trying to make a joke. And I think that's part of the reason why he was so good at not feeding off that emotion and then going either further into it. I'm sure he could have said something witty in the moment. Maybe he couldn't have because he was in such shock. But I'm pretty sure, Chris Rock is a professional comic. I'm sure he could have said something funny after getting smacked, I don't know. I'm not a professional comedian, but I'm sure he could have came up with something, but he didn't. He just said, "Okay, I won't." And I feel like that just proves like this wasn't a dig. Like obviously was a dig, but this wasn't personal, is what that meant. And Chris Rock was a true professional here. He kept the show rolling. I saw a little clip that actually goes longer than this one, where it's like people are laughing at first because I think it's weird.
That was
dead silent there.
Greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
See, he saves it a bit there.
Okay.
But in the video I saw, it just felt super weird. I think he was just trying to stick to the script because what else can you do in that situation? And he just kept going, and it felt awkward. And again, I haven't seen the rest of the Oscars, so I don't know how everything worked out. But I'm just going off of this, and that's what I see. I just see like a mix of events and Will Smith's personality and the ridicule, and him trying to maybe always be in this. Again, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like maybe he's always in a battle, feeling like he wants to be a man's man for his wife. He wants to protect his wife. He wants to be that guy, and it resulted in this really unfortunate like punch where it's like, dude, I don't know. And I heard that he stayed there for a little bit and accepted his award and everybody was totally cool, which is also weird. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I don't know. Hopefully he takes a step. Will Smith takes a step back and I just hope he doesn't think this was like, oh, it was totally cool. Like I'm awesome. I'm sure people are gonna tear into him and say all these things about him because I just feel like he looks so bad there. And like I said before, I'm kind of talking in circles here, but like I said before, I don't think Will Smith cares. I think his main priority is his wife, and he probably doesn't care how he comes off to the rest of the world so long as his wife sees him in a good light. But who knows? She might be embarrassed at this. She might not like this at all, or maybe she does. I don't know. I really don't know. But either way, it doesn't excuse it, dude. Like, don't punch a comic for making a joke. Like, I guess the internet culture can be so mean sometimes, but I feel like he would have, in my eyes, he would have looked better if he was like, this is probably horrible advice, but this is better than this. Like if after the show he could have addressed it either to Chris Rock directly or even talked about how he felt and keep everything into the context and be like, I don't think that was cool. I know he's a comic, and maybe that's probably gonna be worse. You already know people are gonna make fun of him and say, oh, he's Will Smith's a walking L and he's taking L's all year, whatever. It doesn't matter what he does. I think, like to address this. Well, actually, it does matter. If he would just laughed it off and just ha ha ha, and just left it at that and not address it, or like nobody would be talking about this. But so yeah, I hope he kind of reflects. I hope Chris Rock is okay. You know, he got punched in the face, but yeah, I hope Will Smith reflects, and I hope he realizes that is not cool. And I don't know. I wish them both the best. I wish health, I guess, for Chris Rock. Shout out to him. I don't know how he didn't just. I don't know how he kept such good composure. I don't think many people would in that situation. You could tell he was shocked. And Will Smith, I don't know. I don't know what else there is left to say about this other than, yeah. Again, Will Smith punching people in the face at the Oscars. Chris Rock, no, that's not. I was just giving my thoughts on what I'm thinking that Will Smith might be thinking when he did this. That doesn't excuse any of it. It's absolutely wrong. I mean, it's obvious, right? Like if everyone conducted themselves this way, it's gonna be a normal thing for just random actors to, after they make a joke about them or somebody they know, just sock them in the face. Let's just start that tradition. Like they just line up, right? Everybody lines up. Whenever you hear your name called, punch me across the face. No, obviously that's wrong. Obviously that's no way. I hope Will Smith sees that. I don't know. If he needs therapy, hopefully he gets therapy. If I don't know what else there is to say. But yeah, that was wrong. And I know it's gonna be like, I know I'm making a commentary video on it, but I just know that people are gonna treat this as if it's like just like they're only going to see the entertainment out of it, and they're just going to be like, oh, Will Smith took a L. Oh, no, actually, he was in the right because he was talking about his wife's hair, and, he was defending his wife, and people are going to talk about, somehow bring in his wife's show and try to tie that in. And I know I kind of did that here, but I hope that I'm trying to be as, I don't know what the word is, but I'm trying to be as considerate as possible. And, these are two individuals with lives and stuff. They're not just people we see on TV. So that's how I'm trying to take it for. Maybe it's not as entertaining. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just be making commentary as if it were like a, WWE match. I don't know. But that's that. Normally I make 90 Day Fiancé videos, and I didn't want to do one today. I'll probably end up doing one sometime this week because that was also really entertaining. But this just seemed like the pressing issue, and I had some thoughts on it. And I'm sure other people will have their own takes, especially women, right? Because it's tough for anybody. I mean, even for men, it's tough to go bald. So can you imagine a woman? You have to imagine a woman going bald is even more painful. But it doesn't matter whose take it is. Will Smith shouldn't punch people in the face. Like I said, and I didn't even like the joke. I didn't even like the joke. I didn't really think it was that funny, and it seemed kind of just, Chris Rock is a pro. I feel like he could have been more creative, or it seemed like something beneath him, I guess. But who am I to say that? I'm just some random guy. Bottom line is, I just didn't like the joke. I didn't like the joke. Will Smith should have not have punched him in the face. And can he go to jail Like, can't Chris Rock just press charges and be like, yo, he punched me in the face, to the report, take him away? It's just wild. Again, I know there's a bunch of people who think this is fake. Hopefully it is, honestly. Hopefully it is just to get bozos like, hopefully, the whole thing is fake just to get bozos like me to make videos on it or to bring attention to the Oscars. But I doubt it because maybe. But I still don't plan on watching it, and I probably won't watch it next year. I literally just watched this clip and had thoughts on it, and here I am, giving them. So yeah, that's that. If you like the video, don't forget to like it. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see more stuff like this, like me just commenting on stuff, let me know, because I normally just do 90-day fiance videos. So anyways, peace out, everyone. Thanks for watching. Be well.